Careers and Jobs in the USA, number 25, Teacher Assistants. Learn about careers and jobs in the United States of America and improve your American English with Maestro Sersea. What teacher assistants do. Part 1. Teacher assistants work with a licensed teacher to give students additional attention and instruction. Teacher assistants also are called teacher aides, instructional aides, paraprofessionals, education assistants, and paraeducators. Teacher assistants work with or under the guidance of a licensed teacher, reviewing with students individually or in small groups. Teacher assistants help reinforce the lessons that teachers introduce. Teacher assistants may provide feedback to teachers for monitoring student progress. Some teacher assistants meet regularly with teachers to discuss lesson plans and students' development. Some teacher assistants work only with special education students. When special education students attend regular classes, these teacher assistants help them understand the material and adapt the information to their learning style. Teacher assistants may also work with students who have severe disabilities in separate classrooms. They help these students with basic needs such as eating or personal hygiene. Teacher assistants may help young adults with disabilities to learn skills necessary for finding a job or living independently after graduation. Some teacher assistants help in specific areas. For example, they may work in a computer laboratory, helping students use programs or software. Others may work as cafeteria attendants, supervising students during lunchtime. Teacher assistants in child care centers work with a lead teacher to provide individualized attention that young children need. They help with educational activities, supervise the children at play, and help with feeding and other basic care. What teacher assistants do, Part 2. Teacher assistants typically do the following. Reinforce lessons by reviewing material with students one-on-one or in small groups. Follow school and class rules to teach students proper behavior. Help teachers with record keeping, such as taking attendance and calculating grades. Get equipment or materials ready to help teachers prepare for lessons. Supervise students outside of the classroom, such as between classes, during lunch and recess, and on field trips. Teacher assistants, work environment. Teacher assistants held about 1.4 million jobs in 2019. The largest employers of teacher assistants were as follows. Elementary and secondary schools local, 70%. Child daycare services, 11%. Elementary and secondary schools private, 8%. Teacher assistants may spend some time outside when students are at recess or getting on and off the bus. They may need to lift the students at certain times. Injuries and illnesses. Teacher assistants sometimes get injured on the job. They actively work with students, including lifting and otherwise assisting special education students, which can place them at risk for injuries such as strains. Work schedules. Most teacher assistants work full-time, although part-time work is common. Some monitor students on school buses before and after school. Many teacher assistants do not work during the summer. However, some work in year-round schools or assist teachers in summer school. Teacher assistants, how to become one, Part 1. Teacher assistants typically need to have completed at least 2 years of college coursework. Education. Teacher assistants in public schools need at least 2 years of college coursework or an associate's degree. Those who work in schools with the Title I program, a federal program for schools that have a large proportion of students from low-income households, must have at least a 2-year degree, 2 years of college, or pass a state or local assessment. Associate's degree programs for teacher assistants prepare participants to develop educational materials, observe students, and understand the role of teaching assistants in working with classroom teachers. Most states require teacher assistants who work with special needs students to pass a skills test. Licenses, certifications, and registrations. Some jobs may require staff to have certifications in cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR, and first aid. Advancement. Teacher assistants may become a kindergarten or elementary school teacher, middle school teacher, high school teacher, or special education teacher upon obtaining additional education, training, and a license or certification. Teacher assistants, how to become one. Part 2, important qualities. Communication skills. Teacher assistants need to be clear and concise in discussing student progress with teachers and parents. Interpersonal skills. Teacher assistants must be able to develop relationships with a variety of people, including teachers, students, parents, and administrators. Patience. Working with students of different abilities and backgrounds may be difficult. Teacher assistants must be understanding with students. Resourcefulness. Teacher assistants must find ways to explain information to students who have different learning styles. Teacher assistants' pay. The median annual wage for teacher assistants was $28,900 in May 2020. The median wage is the wage at which half the workers in an occupation earned more than that amount and half earned less. The lowest 10% earned less than $19,610, and the highest 10% earned more than $44,290. In May 2020, the median annual wages for teacher assistants in the top industries in which they worked were as follows. Elementary and secondary schools local, $29,320. Elementary and secondary schools private, $29,100. Child care services, $25,590. Most teacher assistants work full-time, although part-time work is common. Some monitor students on school buses before and after school. Many teacher assistants do not work during the summer. However, some work in year-round schools or assist teachers in summer school. Teacher assistants' job outlook. Employment of teacher assistants is projected to grow 4% from 2019 to 2029, about as fast as the average for all occupations. Rising student enrollment, along with state and federal funding for education programs, should affect growth. Teacher assistants are more of a supplementary position as opposed to teachers who hold a primary position. Therefore, teacher assistants' employment opportunities may depend on school districts' budgets. Schools are more likely to eliminate teacher assistant positions rather than teacher positions when there is a budget shortfall, and more likely to hire teacher assistants when there is a budget surplus. Job prospects. About 140,400 openings for teacher assistants are projected each year on average over the decade. Many of those openings are expected to result from the need to replace workers who transfer to different occupations or exit the labor force, such as to retire. Teacher assistants summary. 2020 median pay, $28,900 per year. Typical entry-level education, some college, no degree. Work experience in a related occupation, none. On-the-job training, none. Number of jobs, 2019, 1,395,900. Job Outlook 2019-2029, 4%, as fast as average. Employment Change 2019-2029, 50,500. Citation: Bureau of Labor Statistics, U.S. Department of Labor, Occupational Outlook Handbook, Teacher Assistants.